Oh, Mesa. I love Mesa. We're going to go through this build quickly so I can show you some sick footage of Mesa destroying entire rooms with Peacemakers. So, Peacemakers scale off of the mods on your secondary weapons as well as your power strength and stuff, and their damage increases linearly every 2 shots. So the goal of this build is going to be to maintain Shooting Gallery and Shatter Shield to protect ourselves and increase our damage, and then mow enemies down with Peacemakers. But since the damage increases every 2 shots, we want to make sure we have some fire rate. So I've chosen Anemic Agility to increase our fire rate. Of course, Lethal Torrent will bump it up too. And then I have crit mods because Peacemakers have good crit damage, and the rest of it is just damage mods. The actual weapon that you pick to carry those mods does not matter. No matter what secondary you pick, if it has those mods, the Peacemakers will perform the same way. But I chose a weapon that is actually good with those mods, just in case I want to use it. The Aksomati do have really, really good burst damage. They're just very ammo hungry. So, I mean, I wouldn't really use this weapon as a main secondary, but you can just use your Peacemakers. So, and then the Heck. I chose the Heck because it is a shotgun that is fun to use, and it's easy to use, and you can kill enemies in close range easily with it. You can use whatever you like, that's why I chose that. Let me show you my Mesa build first, but it's pretty simple. So, Mobilize is just filler, just ignore that. This build already takes enough forma, I couldn't be bothered to put a 4th one on. Vitality is to magnify the amount of health that your Shatter Shield is protecting. It's kind of like armor. Shatter Shield is sort of like having an armor value, so that's Vitality. Because it's not actually armor, if Mesa had good shields, then you could just use Redirection. It doesn't really matter which health it is, but she has better health, base health, so Vitality scales better. The rest of it is just high duration, so that your Shatter Shield and Shooting Gallery last about a minute, which is pretty good. You don't have to worry about them falling off at a crucial time. Range really only affects the field of view of Peacemaker, so I've just bumped it up a little bit with stretch so it doesn't get too low from narrow-minded. And then a little bit of power strength. Not too much power strength, because we're already getting a lot of power off of our secondary mods, and it really is enough. Like, even at Sortie 3, this is way more than enough damage. So there isn't too much of a point in like messing up the rest of the usability of the build just to make it more powerful. But I did decide to go in for a little bit because I wanted it to be powerful. And here's my Heck build, of course, but it's basically just damage. Accelerated Blast was like made for this weapon, so make sure you use it, and make sure you put it on a little bit of punch through, because this weapon does so much damage. You really want to be able to hit multiple enemies per shot, or it's really hard to clear a crowd. And of course, because this is the Heck, make sure you have Scattered Justice. The rest is silence, or rather, damage mods. Ah yes, the reason I do not use a melee weapon. So, part of Mesa's passive is that she gets extra health when she is not using a melee weapon. Now, it's not a huge deal. It's like 125 more health or something, if I recall. And it's not a huge deal, but I know I'm not gonna melee stuff. You know, like, if you're gonna use it, melee's strengths would be body count and blood rush, killing a whole crowd, right? But Peacemaker is what I'm gonna use that for. I know I'm not gonna melee, like, so it doesn't provide a big benefit, but having a melee weapon doesn't provide a big benefit either, so I chose not to use one. If you would like one, especially for Life Strike, perfectly reasonable decision, go ahead and take one. We're gonna do sorties with this build and listen to sick AI rock music. Are you ready, Ten? Oh, wonderful. Beautiful. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Wasn't that nice? Wasn't that nice? Oh, Mesa is so graceful and powerful. Let me know if there's any questions you have, any frames that you would like to see next. I have a big list, but I'm still taking more suggestions, of course. Anything you would like to ask, please leave it in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.